Sometimes I forget when we now move on to coach of the year. It's like, oh yeah, we can talk about coaches in a positive way in this sport. Typically it's like, oh, let's bet on the coach or coaches that are going to get fired, because it's always about half a dozen, sometimes 7 or 8 that get fired. And it's probably going to happen again because these owners in this league, they've got no patience, and understandably so. They want to contend in the most popular sport in North America. Coach of the year, Brandon Anderson, what do we need to know about this award and what the track record is?
So this is really a most improved award. This is not about the best coach. Otherwise, Bill Belichick would just be like a 10-time coach of the year award. So this is a who improved the most. Coach of the year basically wins about 4 more games than last year, sometimes way more than that, but at least 4 more. Usually you are jumping to 10 or more wins, likely winning the division title. That's where all the numbers tell us where coach of the year has gone. And more recently, 3 of our last 5 coaches of the year were first-year coaches on their team. Not necessarily first year in the league, but a fresh face. You come in, you take a bad team, you turn it around. We notice you and we give you our coach of the year vote.
Joe Gallant, that leads to your pick. It kind of fits all the criteria Brandon just laid out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to just add to what Brandon was saying, because Brandon Staley is the favorite right now again this year, and he was the fave last year. And I feel like if this was the award for most inspiring, like post-game speech, like, yeah, him and Mike Tomlin, they're going to be co-favorites. But Staley and just the volatility of this, I'm not going to take a favorite right off the hop on that. Although I would say Tomlin at 28-1, if he could somehow win 10 games with Mitch Trubisky at quarterback, just name the award after him after that. So I'm going to go with Doug Peterson of the Jacksonville Jaguars at 18-1. And again, the most improved, mainly because of opportunity. Only 3 wins last year, playing in a weaker division. I'm not going to say it's the weakest, but definitely a weaker division in the league. Playing the AFC West, though, it will be a little bit of a gauntlet. But if they can come out of those games even at 2-2, again, that'll carry more weight from a win standpoint. Jacksonville averaged like the lowest points per game in the league, 14.9. He's an offensive coach. If we can even get that points per game to even 21, just 21 points. That's a huge win for his candidacy. They were also last in turnover differential. That doesn't usually repeat year over year. So I think Doug Peterson is in a great spot at 18-1 to be able to boost this team to, I don't know, 8-9 wins. That's enough.
You didn't even mention like Urban Meyer. You can't get much worse than that. Like how that whole story went, right? I mean, you can't, that's rock bottom.
Comeback player of the year and coach of the year at the same time. You know, that could be the case.
For sure. So finally, at least it feels like a former quarterback had success with Nick Foles, for crying out loud, to a Super Bowl run. Feels Doug Peterson provides a little stability for Trevor Lawrence. Brandon Anderson, where are you looking in this market? Coach of the year.
Yeah, so I want to sprinkle a few guys that fit my profile. I'm just looking for betting my sleepers here, basically. So I like Philadelphia, I like Minnesota, and I like Denver. I'm going to just play all 3 of their coaches. Nick Sirianni in Philadelphia is a second-year guy. Really transformed that team last year. Their offense in the middle of the year took a big leap. Jalen Hurts, we talked about earlier, as a breakout guy. Eagles have the softest schedule in the league. I like them. Sorry, Jill, in the division with the Tyron Smith injury, especially. So I like Philadelphia. Nick Sirianni is 20-1. Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota, 20-1 as well. Tougher division because you got Green Bay there, but we'll see what he can do with the offense. And then back to your Russell Wilson pick, Brandon. I like Nathaniel Hackett in Denver. If the Broncos do come out of that division, they've got that soft early start. He's at plus 1,600. So you play all 3 of those together, you're basically getting Philly, Minnesota, Denver at plus 550 if you put all 3 of them. So I just want to get a few sprinkles on sleeper upside here.
Of all the names we've just mentioned, another theme that, and this might not, you might not be able to find this historically in the last 15 years, even maybe 10 years. They're all offensive coaches. And that's where the league is now, right? All offensive coaches with some promise at the quarterback position, especially, Kirk Cousins has never had an offensive coach in his career. Trevor Lawrence has never had security since he was in Clemson. Jalen Hurts comes from a great program scoring points. Sirianni, offensive coach, former quarterbacks coach, receivers coach, offensive coordinator in Indianapolis. Nathaniel Hackett, success he had with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. So I think that all makes sense too. They're all offensive coaches. I think that matters in today's NFL.